Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
Rachel Zegler has become the center of an escalating cultural controversy, especially after South Park's recent episode, Into the Panderverse, ruthlessly mocked Disney's live-action Snow White remake. The satirical show didn't hold back, taking direct shots at Disney's so-called woke agenda and its approach to remaking beloved classics. Zegler, who stars as Snow White in the upcoming adaptation, had already been under fire for dismissive comments she made about the original 1937 animated film. Now, South Park has added fuel to the fire, amplifying criticism and leaving Disney scrambling to salvage the film's reputation. The drama began when Disney announced the live-action Snow White remake with Zegler in the lead role. Excitement quickly turned into controversy when Zegler dismissed the original Snow White as outdated and criticized its focus on romance, calling the prince a stalker. Her remarks were meant to promote the film's modern twist, which emphasizes Snow White's independence rather than her love story. However, these comments sparked backlash from fans who felt that Zegler was disrespecting a classic that has been cherished by generations. The controversy snowballed as Zegler continued to discuss her perspective on the film.
So no prince or a different kind of prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will.
In interviews, she emphasized that the new Snow White would be less about romance and more about leadership and personal growth. Snow White has to learn a lot of lessons about coming into her own power before she can rule a kingdom, Zegler explained. While her intent may have been to promote a progressive and empowering take on the character, many fans felt alienated. They argued that Zegler's comment seemed more focused on condemning the original than celebrating her opportunity to reimagine it. Enter South Park. Known for its no-holds-barred satire, the show took aim at Disney's recent pattern of remaking classic films with modern political messaging.
So no prince or a different kind of prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will.
In Into the Panderverse, South Park hilariously skewered Disney's reliance on woke remakes that prioritize diversity and social themes over storytelling. The episode featured Cartman having a nightmare in which his favorite characters are replaced by diverse women who won't stop complaining about the patriarchy. The dream sequence culminates in a biting critique of Disney's strategy, with Cartman exclaiming, "They were taking all my favorite people and replacing them with diverse women." The episode also roasted Kathleen Kennedy, the head of Lucasfilm, portraying her as a caricature obsessed with inserting diversity into Disney's project. Kennedy's character repeatedly utters phrases like, "Put a chick in it," "make her lame and gay," lampooning what South Park sees as a shallow approach to representation. The episode's critique wasn't limited to Disney. It also poked fun at critics of diversity, acknowledging that railing against woke culture can sometimes be equally lazy and unproductive. South Park's satire struck a nerve, resonating with fans who feel that Disney's recent remakes lack the magic and authenticity of the originals. The timing of the episode couldn't have been worse for Disney, as the studio was already grappling with backlash over Zegler's comments and the underwhelming reception of other live-action adaptations like The Little Mermaid and Indiana Jones and The Dial of Destiny. For Zegler, the fallout from South Park's mockery has been particularly brutal. Social media exploded with memes and posts criticizing her role in the controversy, with many users accusing her of being arrogant and dismissive. Fans flooded platforms like Twitter, now X, with comments suggesting that Zegler was more interested in rewriting the legacy of Snow White than honoring it. Some questioned whether she was even the right fit for the role, both in terms of appearance and attitude. The controversy surrounding Snow White reflects a larger debate about Disney's strategy with its live-action remakes. While the studio has been praised for casting decisions that prioritize diversity, critics argue that these efforts often come at the expense of storytelling. South Park encapsulated this frustration with a scene where Bob Iger, Disney's CEO, tells his team to just pander harder, a satirical jab at the perception that Disney is more concerned with ticking boxes than creating meaningful entertainment. Zegler's comments about the prince being a stalker further fueled the backlash. Many fans felt that her critique missed the point of the original film, which was a product of its time. They argued that remakes should honor the spirit of the originals while introducing fresh elements, rather than dismantling them entirely. This sentiment was echoed in South Park's Satire, which questioned why beloved stories need to be rewritten to align with modern sensibilities. Amid the controversy, Disney has found itself in a difficult position. On one hand, the studio wants to appeal to modern audiences by updating its classics with progressive themes. On the other hand, it risks alienating longtime fans who feel that these changes undermine what made the originals special. The uproar over Snow White has highlighted this tension, with many fans calling for a balance between honoring tradition and embracing innovation. South Park's critique goes beyond Disney's approach to remakes. It also addresses the broader cultural divide over representation in media. The show's message is clear: diversity and inclusion are important, but they need to be accompanied by thoughtful storytelling. Simply swapping out characters' identities without building compelling narratives isn't progress. It's pandering. By calling out both Disney and its critics, South Park has managed to capture the complexity of the issue in a way that few others have. For Zegler, the Backlash has been a harsh reminder of the challenges that come with being at the center of a high-profile project. While she has remained largely silent since South Park's episode aired, the controversy has undoubtedly impacted her public image. Fans are now watching closely to see how Disney and Zegler handle the situation as the release date for Snow White approaches. The episode also reignited debates about the role of satire in shaping public discourse. Some praised South Park for its fearless critique of Hollywood's shortcomings, while others questioned whether the show's approach was too harsh. Regardless of where people stand, one thing is certain: Into the Panderverse has sparked a conversation that extends far beyond the world of animation. As Disney continues to navigate the challenges of modernizing its classics, the controversy surrounding Snow White serves as a cautionary tale. Fans want representation and progress, but they also want authenticity and respect for the stories they hold dear. Whether Disney can strike this balance remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: audiences are no longer willing to accept superficial changes in place of meaningful storytelling. What do you think? Did South Park go too far in its critique of Disney, or was the satire spot on? Is Rachel Zegler being unfairly targeted, or did her comments contribute to the backlash? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates on this ongoing drama.